What is up, guys? Eric here from Real Film Reviews, bringing you another movie review, this time for the new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson film, Moana. Moana stars Aluli Cravalho as the title character and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Maui, a demigod, and is the story of a small girl who's growing up in South Pacific Islands, and she lives in a place where they are not supposed to exit the reef of their island. They're supposed to stay there where it's safe. But when a unforeseeable force arrives that seems to be pushing them away from their island, she goes out on an adventure to find Maui to save her island and everyone that she loves. This is Disney's newest film. They have kind of been on a streak recently with Disney animated films, keeping up with Pixar in a pretty good fashion, I actually believe, and I think that this movie is a solid addition to that. The songs throughout the film, there aren't a lot of them, which I actually sort of enjoyed because I didn't feel that this particular story lent itself to a lot of songs, but I did enjoy the songs throughout the film. The one song that I like the most is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's song, I would say. He sings it in the movie, but in the soundtrack version, I believe it's Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame, because he helped write all of the songs for this film. But the songs really work well throughout the film, and also, the animation in this movie is gorgeous. It's maybe the most beautifully animated movie I've ever seen. The hair, which is such an odd thing to point out, I know. It looks so freaking real. It looks so good. And then the water plays a massive part in this movie because the whole thing is she's on her ship to go, or I guess her boat, not really a ship, to go across the ocean to find Maui. So the water plays a really big role, and the water looks so good in this movie. I mean, obviously everything else looks good, but those two particular features look absolutely amazing in this film. The characters in this movie were very relatable and funny and entertaining. I enjoyed Moana's parents and all of the islanders. I love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Maui. I think that it's absolutely pitch perfect casting. He's phenomenal, even though it's just his voice. He does a great job because he fits that character so well. The lead actress who plays Moana also does a very good job. Everyone in this movie does an amazing job, and all of the characters are very lovable, and they're very funny, which I think is a big thing. This movie actually is pretty funny. I don't think it's as funny as previous Disney films have been, but going into it, I've never really seen a Disney princess movie that I thought was that funny, but I thought this one actually kind of upped the bar in terms of the comedic factor that they could have in the future. I also really enjoyed the story of this movie because it helps teach people about a different culture. Islander culture is very different than, every other culture that we ever see in movies, and I think it's one that's underrepresented, so it was really cool to see a movie that took place there and helped teach people about that culture. My only problems with the film are the script I felt was a little slow at times. It had some lulls throughout the movie. They never lasted very long, but they were there, and I felt that it was also a little overly explanatory, like it would bring up the same points multiple times, so make sure we got it. And I know it's a kids movie, so that's probably why it's there, but there were a couple points that really didn't have anything to do with the plot, but they mentioned them multiple times throughout the film. And then the other small problem that I have is there's a character in this movie that is a chicken, and it gets a little monotonous throughout the film how often the chicken is played strictly for a laugh, and that's it. The chicken shows up, and every time it pops up, it's supposed to be a laugh. And in the beginning, I'll admit, it worked pretty well. It was funny. But by the end of the film, it's a little tiring that this chicken has been used so many times for basically the same joke almost every single time. This movie has other comedy in it that I enjoyed, but the chicken, I think, loses its gusto about halfway through the film, and then after that, when it shows up, it's just not clever anymore. I'm gonna give Moana a B. If you're a fan of Disney princess movies, obviously go check this out. If you like Disney, go watch it. It's a good movie. It's not going to disappoint you. I don't think it's quite as good as earlier in this year Zootopia, because Zootopia was so good in my opinion. I really love that movie, and I think that this is a decent film that most kids would enjoy, and most parents can at least get some laughs and enjoyment out of it as well. Well guys, as always, I'm Eric. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of Moana, share everything we do here on Real Film Reviews, and I hope to see you guys later.